Okay. Play. Right. Can everybody see that okay? Jane, I can see you. Yeah? Okay, perfect. Okay, so just wanted to run through a little bit of information about our company, Pruvit. Within network marketing, of course, there's lots of different companies, and I think it's so important to shout about Pruvit because genuinely, it is, in my opinion, the absolute, peak of network marketing for so many different reasons. So firstly, our company is not just about a product line. It's not a program like a lot of things. This is actually something that is completely different than anything else out there. So this is a new movement in technology and in nutrition. If you think about, like back in the day when people didn't understand about protein shakes, it was very, I don't know what that is. I don't want to drink protein. That seems really weird. Like if you go back to old films, and you see people cracking loads of egg whites into blenders and things like that. This is a new version of something that people aren't used to. And it is genuinely a new movement that is moving away from what's been done before, which no other company in network marketing is doing. So that is a really special thing, and our company is actually growing faster than Facebook and Amazon together, which is, obviously, how big these companies are and how long it took them to get going. So can you imagine in 10 years time where Pruvit will be and where you will be in that business structure? Globally, we're in 23 countries, so Austria, Belgium, Finland, France, Germany, Hungary, Ireland, Italy, Netherlands, Poland, Portugal, Spain, Sweden, United Kingdom, Canada, Mexico, United States, Australia, Hong Kong, Macau, Malaysia, New Zealand, and Singapore. There's so much for you to go out there. And obviously, because we've got OPAS shipping, we can start a new business anywhere. So, for example, I had a girl oh God, my mind's just gone blank, in Cyprus. She was a PT, she absolutely loves the ketones. And she's like, Eve, could I build a business here even though it's not direct, there's no direct shipping? And I was like, 100%, it's the same thing as what's happened in the UK. It's being shipped in. And then when the demand goes, to a certain level, Pruvit will then launch that company with warehouses and stock the ketones there. So even though we're only in 23 countries, which is, a lot of people to go at, you can still expand that, which is amazing. So we were founded in 2015 in the USA. And one thing that's really special is that this business it's the best of both worlds. Like a lot of people say, you might have heard Jessie Lee say on one of her lives the other day, if someone says ground floor opportunity, run for the hills. She was like, that is really a dangerous move. And it's really quite ironic because a lot of the people that I built my first Pruvit team with left for a ground floor opportunity for a skincare business. And that business about 2 weeks ago got closed down as a network marketing company. And all of the girls are like, I can't believe this has happened. So with Pruvit, we really do have the best of both worlds. It's very established, 6 years old. We've got all of that foundation there. And it's such a strong company, but we're also very new compared to something like, for example, Arbonne or Juice Plus, which me and Helen used to be in. They're like 50 plus years opened. So this really is the best of both. And of course, we are selling so much product. It's unbelievable. I didn't want to put the stat on here because I know it will have changed, but I think it was about 2.6 billion a couple of years ago when we started first presenting it. So I'm really sorry for anyone who's messaging, but I can't see the chat. But just think about where you are in this timeline right now. Established in 2015, and we are at such an amazing, I can't stress it to you enough how lucky you are to have found this opportunity with where it's at right now. And if you just look at any of the big leaders in any of the companies that you might have been a part of, any of the people who have got, enormous businesses, like, of course, anyone can come in and smash it in these businesses, anybody in any company. I truly believe that. But if you look at the people who have created that, incredible success that they can probably not touch the business for the rest of their life, and they cannot stop the momentum that they've created. So unless they cancel their franchise, all that's going to happen is it's going to grow and grow and grow and expand. And we are in that position now. Really, if you commit to this and you stay in the game, you will be one of them people where your momentum will outlive you. It will be like a generational wealth that will succeed. I don't know how you say it, but continue after you're not here anymore. So Pruvit, blue ocean opportunity, it's something we used to talk about all the time when we first came about in the UK. And this is such a special thing to get your head around. It's so amazing that we have a blue ocean opportunity. So if you think about, in terms of a business conversation, if you think about this red ocean, which is like shark infested waters, everyone fighting over the same customers, all dead fish in the sea, blood everywhere. It's like busy, chaotic, a lot going on. And then you have a blue ocean opportunity where the water is crystal clear and there's no other people in that ocean apart from you. Like the Pruvit sharks are the only sharks in this marketplace. We don't have any other competition, anyone fighting for customers. It's a very, amazing opportunity to be a part of. And these are just some differences between red ocean and blue ocean. So red ocean strategy, it's all about beating the competition, looking at what other people are doing and being better than them, putting your prices down because you're competing against other people. Whereas blue ocean is that you've actually created a brand new market space. So you've got a product that nobody else is selling, and you don't have to compete. You don't have to bring your prices down. You don't have to look at what other people are doing because nobody else is doing it. And that is exactly what we've done with Pruvit. And this, of course, is the only company in the whole world that creates this technology, which, how amazing is that if you think about it? Like, it's the only business in the entire world globally that creates a bioidentical ketone that is identical to what your liver makes, the only one in the whole world. I think that is just like, it blows my mind every time I think about it. We all have loads of friends who sell skincare, loads of friends who sell home fragrances or perfumes, loads of friends who sell makeup, loads of friends who sell nutritional shakes or nutritional supplements. And it's the same with other things, like active wear, skincare, makeup. There's not only network marketing, but actually globally, there is tons and tons and tons of brands. You can literally go into the supermarket and buy makeup, buy moisturizer, buy skincare, buy active wear. I mean, look at all them different brands. It is quite unbelievable to think that you can make, a big success in one of them businesses. There's so much competition and it's so fierce. But with Pruvit, obviously, I can't really reiterate it enough. It's the only company in the whole world that sells a bioidentical ketone. And for anyone who's gone and bought ketones, like I remember when my mum said to me years ago, let's go and get some ketones, because I've heard, I've read a magazine article about these raspberry ketones and how they make you lose weight. And you can go into Holland and Barrett and buy like a raspberry ketone in a capsule. So just make sure if anyone ever mentions that to you, I've already done ketones or I've tried them. This is a completely different thing to what a supermarket ketone is. And there's a really, really good video on YouTube that's all about right hand and left hand ketones. And it just talks about, in order to put a key into a lock, ironic because it's the same word, but to put a key into a lock, it needs to be a specific shape to actually fit into that lock and unlock it. And it's the same thing with ketones. If you think of like a right hand and a left hand, to fit, that over that, it doesn't work like that. You actually have to do an identical version to put them together and make it work. And that's what they've created with ketones. I don't know the exact scientific specifics of it, but you can go online. Even in our preview group, we've got that video that's all about why it is a bioidentical ketone. And then something that Helen brought to my attention, which I didn't even realize before, it just goes to show how, I wasn't concentrating on it, but all of these numbers on the back of here are the US patents that protect our product. So not only is ketones, like naturally bioidentical ketones, protected from being sold anywhere. It's also protected from being sold within network marketing. So Pruvit aren't going to, in a few years' time, bring out a new company under that umbrella that's with a different name, a different design, that sells this product. It's protected in literally every single area. And like Helen, when she first joined, said to me on the Zoom, she was like, me and Darren have gone through these patents. He was all over it, like gone through them with a tooth comb and actually looked at the patents properly. And, he was like, they're absolutely bulletproof. They're good to go. So that's something that I love. Great to speak to people about that. And then another thing is that you can actually prove that this technology is working. So, either get the urinal strips, which you can pee on and you can see that it's worked, or you can prick your finger. And I actually did this within about 2 days of taking the ketones. I was in a really, really amazing range of ketosis. And as you probably know, anyone who tries to get into nutritional ketosis, you've got the keto flu to get through, you've got the migraines, the headaches, the brain fog. It goes on for weeks and weeks, and then you finally reach this state of ketosis. As soon as you have a little bit too much sugar or a little bit too much carbs, you're kicked out of it straight away. So it's a really frustrating process to go through. And then actually, once you've gone through all that, to keep yourself in ketosis is really, really difficult. So in all areas, it's completely unsustainable unless, you're going to really commit to it. And it's going to be the same as me when I was vegan. It took me about 3 years to even get into being in a vegan lifestyle. And it was just one disappointment after the next of going into restaurants or, going out to dinner. I can't eat that. I can't have that. Oh my God, crisps have got milk in them. It's like there's so many restrictions, the same as the keto diet, that you literally have to put your lifestyle into this box in order to live that lifestyle. And it's exactly the same with ketones. So if any of your friends and family, in the future, let's say 12 months, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, if anybody that you know wants to get into ketosis without going through that nutritional ketosis, they're going to have to come to you or a Pruvit promoter, which I think is just, it blows my mind. Like if you think about that and compare it to a protein shake, for example, and the amount of different protein shakes out there, even I, like when my PT told me to get a protein shake, I struggled to find one. And I had to ask him, which one would you recommend? Because there's so many out there. It's almost overwhelming to even try and look for one. So bear that in mind. You are the only person that has, that gift. And then also, if you look at the demographic of people that you're going to sell it to, for example, if you're selling makeup, you can't sell makeup to children. You can't really sell makeup to men unless they're into that kind of thing. Still a very small demographic. But with ketones, it can literally help every single person on planet Earth. Like James always says, it makes me laugh because it sounds like Titanic, when they're like, women and children. He always says, every man, woman and child can get on ketones and will benefit. And for anyone who doesn't know this, we actually have a children's version of ketones, which is called Nat Light, and they come in like these little tiny cute packages. They're so sweet, which you can give to your children. And with keto, the way that James Barton explains this is, how we have these trends of things. So like being vegan was quite trendy, or doing the keto diet was quite trendy. This trend comes about and then it passes along and it goes. But with ketones, because we have this, almost like a shortcut to get into ketosis, once that trend has died down, all of them people who did the keto diet for a short period of time, like me, I even tried it. I tried the vegan version, which was like, I can't even explain to you how horrible the food was. I couldn't even eat it. Like I quit after about 2 days. And now I do eat quite a keto diet. But even the other day, I downloaded this amazing app called Chronometer, which it's a great app if anyone wants to track your food. And it tracks your macros and then your micros. So all the little, ions and minerals and all that kind of stuff. And I put in my keto diet that I would usually eat. realized, first of all, I'm not even on a keto diet when I'm eating that because the carbs are too high. And then when I swiped across and looked at the micro statistics, they weren't great at all. You know, a lot of the bars were like down because there's a lot of things like sugars in fruits, all sorts of things that you can't have on a keto diet. So once that demographic has, you know, reduced, you're going to have something that will help all of them people who enjoyed it. And the amount of people, I can't even explain to you the amount of people that I've sold the product to who have said, oh my gosh, I tried the keto diet and I had amazing results, but I couldn't stick with it. And as we go on, that will just increase and increase. So that's just really what you've got to think about when you think about Pruvit. It's, do you want to build with a company where you've got a very small customer base because not a lot of people can actually use the product or recommend it or want it? For example, your husband isn't really going to start recommending to his friends when he's on the golf course or something, oh, you need to use this amazing makeup that my wife sells. Tell your partners to get it. It's incredible. That's just not going to happen. Whereas with ketones, you have a huge customer base compared with zero competition. So I'm sorry if that was a bit rushed, everyone. I've literally had like the craziest day today. So I think we should do you know, another presentation on Pruvit, because there's so much